to the Open Scoring MMA podcast. No secrets, no bias, just the real fight game. Let's get ready.
Welcome to Open Scoring MMA. This is episode 42 for July 30th, 2026. Your daily look at what's happening now and next across the world of MMA and UFC. We've got a massive story breaking today, Nora, one that's going to reshape the combat sports landscape. Jake Paul's most valuable promotions, MVP, has officially merged with the Professional Fighters League, PFL.
That's right, Duke. It's being called a landmark merger, and it's a huge move for both organizations. The announcement came through today, confirming what a lot of people in the industry had been speculating about.
Paul himself was pretty vocal about it, saying, quote, "We started MVP to disrupt a broken model," end quote. And he didn't stop there. He also said, quote, "We wanted to give fighters fair pay and a bigger, modernized stage to become global superstars. Joining forces with PFL accelerates that vision by a decade. I look forward to putting my entire promotional muscle into our new company, returning to the boxing ring, and making my MVP MMA debut," end quote.
That's a bold statement, Duke, especially the part about his MVP MMA debut. PFL CEO Peter Murray also weighed in, stating, quote, "PFL has built the world's #2 global MMA company, assembling one of the sport's most elite fighter rosters while creating a world-class global business with premier media distribution across 34 broadcast and streaming partners, reaching fans in more than 170 countries," end quote.
So this isn't just about Jake Paul getting into MMA. It's about creating a new global platform that combines boxing, MMA, media, and live events. It's a massive play for market share, and it's going to be fascinating to see how it impacts the established order.
Absolutely. The press release stated that the merger creates a global sports and entertainment company. It's a significant development for fighter development and overall combat sports entertainment. It's a big shakeup.
And speaking of shakeups, we've got some incredibly disturbing news regarding former UFC title challenger Anthony Smith. He was arrested on multiple felony charges, including domestic violence and terroristic threats.
This is a truly grim situation, Duke. The details emerging are deeply concerning. Smith was arrested in Sarpy County, Nebraska, and later released on a $500,000 bond.
The Sarpy County District Attorney's Office released a statement, and the allegations are severe. He reportedly threatened to kill his wife and allegedly attempted multiple times to strike her with his vehicle.
It's a shocking turn of events for a fighter who has been a prominent figure in the sport for so long. The MMA community is definitely stunned by this, and it's a situation that's only getting darker as more alleged details come out.
It's a tough one to process, and it casts a long shadow over everything. On a completely different note, but still in the realm of fighter news, Khamzat Chimaev is making headlines again, but not in the octagon.
That's right, Duke. Chimaev, who we're hearing may have lost a title in May, is set to face former UFC welterweight champion Tyron Woodley in a wrestling event.
This is a Real American Freestyle, or RAF, wrestling event in Moscow, Russia, on September 5th. Chimaev is a 3-time Swedish national freestyle wrestling champion, so he's got the pedigree.
And Woodley was a 2-time NCAA Division I All-American. It's an interesting matchup, Duke. A clash of styles and generations in a different combat sport.
The MMA community on Reddit is having a field day with this one, Nora. It's definitely generating a lot of buzz to see these two former UFC champions go at it in a wrestling match.
It's a side quest for Chimaev, as some are calling it, but it's also a chance for him to stay active and showcase his grappling skills against a high-profile opponent.
And speaking of high profile, Conor McGregor is still making waves, even after what's been reported as a serious knee injury.
He's Duke. His workout videos have doctors confused, with some wondering how he's pushing himself so hard after such an injury.
Chris Weidman, for one, is backing McGregor's return effort, saying, quote, "He's fighting again," end quote. Weidman even estimates it might take up to 2 years, but he believes McGregor will fulfill his promise for a final UFC fight.
It's a testament to McGregor's determination, but also a reminder of the long road to recovery after a significant injury like that. The timeline Weidman suggests is realistic for a full comeback.
All right, let's shift gears to some beef, Nora. John Jones has revealed some friction with none other than Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton.
This is an old one, Duke, about 5 years ago. Jones said Hamilton called him a coward and then blocked him on social media.
A coward? That's a strong word, especially coming from one champion to another. It's surprising to hear about that kind of animosity between two titans of their respective sports.
It certainly is. Jones revealed this in a recent interview with Alf Global. It just goes to show that even at the highest levels of sport, personal rivalries can emerge in unexpected places.
Now let's talk about some upcoming action. The UFC is heading to Belgrade, Serbia for the first time ever this Saturday. It's their 33rd country to host an event.
And the main event features a welterweight clash between Uros Medic and Daniel Rodriguez. Both fighters are on 3-fight win streaks, looking to climb the rankings.
Medic had some strong words about Rodriguez's past, with reports quoting him as saying, "It puts a stain on all of our names," in reference to Rodriguez's imprisonment prior to the booking.
It adds an extra layer of intensity to the matchup, Duke. Medic is excited to compete in the first UFC main event in Serbia, but he's clearly not holding back on his feelings about Rodriguez's past.
It's a great opportunity for him to prove himself.
Absolutely. This will be a significant step up in competition. It's a great opportunity for him to prove himself.
And speaking of upcoming cards, the PFL New York card this Friday has taken a hit, Nora.
It has, Duke. The undercard has reportedly lost a former champion, and word is it's definitely crumbling a bit, as some are saying. It's never good to see a card lose key fighters so close to the event.
It's a tough blow for the PFL, especially with the Nurmagomedov and Dacheva undercard. Hopefully they can still deliver a solid night of fights.
They'll have to make some quick adjustments. And on the UFC side, they've been adding new fights on just 10 days' notice to a thin fight night card.
Yeah, they're bringing in the cavalry to fill out a card that desperately needed bouts. It's a testament to the depth of the roster that they can pull that off on such short notice.
It is. It shows the challenges of putting together these cards, especially when injuries or other issues arise. They're making their debut in a new location, so they want to make sure it's a full event.
All right, Nora, let's get to our OSM pick for the week. We're looking at the fight between Marina Spasic and Stephanie Luciano.
We're Duke. Our model has Stephanie Luciano to win, with about an 80% chance.
80%, that's a strong lean.
It is. The betting line implies around 74%, so we're higher than the market on this one.
Okay, so we're seeing some value here.
Exactly. This is a value pick for us. We like it more than the line does.
What's driving that confidence?
Two main reasons, form and physicals. Luciano's recent form has been very strong, and the physical attributes also favor her in this matchup.
So the eye test for once aligns with the numbers.
In this case, yes. The tape supports what the model is seeing in terms of her recent performances and overall physical advantages.
Good to hear. Always nice when the numbers back up what you're seeing.
It makes for a more confident pick, that's for sure.
All right, that's all the time we have for today's Open Scoring MMA. Nora, always a pleasure.
You too, Duke. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Before you go, two quick things. Check out our free fight tracker at tracker.openscoringmma.com with every upcoming UFC and PFL card, live odds, and where to watch all in one place. And follow us on YouTube. Just search Open Scoring MMA for breaking news alerts, fight breakdowns, and videos you won't get here on the feed. That's it for today's Open Scoring MMA. Keep your hands up, and we'll see you next time.